What lies beneath the ground? Ravi was an extremely curious little boy. He loved to ask questions about the world around him. He often wondered about the stars, the ocean, and even the trees. But one question had been stuck in his mind for days. What lies beneath the ground? One evening, as Ravi sat with his grandfather under the old banyan tree in their backyard, he finally asked, "Grandpa, what is beneath the ground?" His grandfather chuckled and said, "Oh, my dear boy, the ground holds many secrets. Beneath the soil you will find worms, insects, roots of trees, water, rocks, and sometimes even hidden treasures from the past." Ravi's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Hidden treasures?" he asked eagerly. His grandfather nodded. Yes, people long ago would bury things for safekeeping. Jewelry, coins, even important letters. Some of these treasures have remained buried for hundreds of years, waiting for someone to discover them. Ravi could hardly contain his excitement. He had made up his mind. He was going to dig and find out what lay beneath the ground. The Great Digging Adventure. The very next morning, Ravi grabbed a small shovel and went straight to the backyard. His heart was pounding with excitement as he dug into the soft earth. At first all he found was mud, pebbles, and a few earthworms. He wrinkled his nose, but reminded himself that real explorers never give up. As he continued digging, he suddenly heard a clink. His shovel had hit something hard. He cleared the dirt away with his hands and pulled out an old clay pot. "Wow, I found something," Ravi shouted, running inside to show his grandfather. His grandfather took the pot, examined it, and smiled. "This looks very old, Ravi. It might have belonged to our ancestors." Now, Ravi was more determined than ever. If he had already found an old pot, who knew what else could be hiding beneath the earth? He spent the next few days digging deeper and wider in his backyard. He found shiny stones, pieces of broken pottery, and even a rusted key. But the most exciting discovery came a week later when his shovel struck something metallic and heavy. The mystery of the buried box. After hours of careful digging, Ravi finally uncovered a large iron box. It was covered in rust and dirt, and it looked like it had been buried for a very long time. He ran to his grandfather, panting with excitement. "Grandpa, I found a big box underground." His grandfather's eyes widened in surprise. "Let's open it together." It took some effort, but they finally pried the rusty lid open. Inside, they found old coins, a few pieces of jewelry, and a yellowed piece of paper with faded writing on it. Ravi carefully took out the paper and tried to read it. His grandfather adjusted his glasses and read aloud, "To whoever finds this box belongs to our family. We buried it in times of war, hoping that one day our descendants would find it and remember our story." Ravi gasped, "Grandpa, this is our family's treasure." His grandfather smiled proudly. "Yes, my boy, this is a piece of our history." Learning from the past. That evening, as they cleaned the coins and jewelry, Ravi felt a deep sense of connection to his ancestors. "Grandpa, do you think there are more treasures buried underground?" His grandfather laughed. "Perhaps. The world beneath our feet holds many stories, waiting to be discovered." From that day on, Ravi developed a newfound respect for history. He realized that the past was not just something in books, it was hidden all around him, beneath the very ground he walked on. He continued to dig, not just to find treasure, but to uncover stories of the past. And thus, the curious boy who once asked, "What lies beneath the ground?" became a seeker of history, always searching for hidden stories beneath the earth. Moral of the story: curiosity leads to discovery, and history is hidden all around us, if we are willing to explore.